Hey everybody, so today I'm going to share my most recent Sephora haul with you and let you know some products I got, what I think of them, and just kind of show you some new things. So here we go. So the first thing that I got is I just replaced my Tarte Smooth Operator finishing powder. If you haven't heard me talk about this in previous posts, this is the most amazing translucent powder ever, especially, you know, with summertime coming up. You know, you really want to be careful with setting your makeup. So this is just like a must have. I've tried a bunch of different other ones, but this is really one of my favorites. And Tarte's just really good about what they put in their products as well, as far as not using parabens and kind of just more high quality things. So I really love this finishing powder and I recommend it. It also comes in a compact, which I don't have, just because it breaks easier, but I recommend having both because, you know, one on the go and then this when you're putting your makeup on in the morning. The next thing that I got is the Benefit Dr. Feelgood, and this is basically along the same lines. Comes with a little sponge, and it's like a waxy balm that you just, you know, throw in your purse, and it's great for oily skin, or again for in the summer, you know, when you're kind of sweaty. if you want to mattify your skin, you just take a little, you know, you dab it on, and within seconds, any oil, any sweat, anything will be gone. Great for under the eyes especially. It's just really good for kind of those moments when you need to, you know, reset your makeup and you don't have time to do a whole big thing. It's really good. I love in the summertime throwing this in my purse and just having it with me no matter where I go. So it's a great product. The next thing that I got was Urban Decay Perversion mascara, and as you know, I'm a huge fan of Too Faced Better Than Sex, but I like trying out different mascaras, you know, never know what's out there. So I tried this out. It's really good as far as it's not clumpy. It really separates the lashes and it gives a very natural look, but I wouldn't say that it makes your lashes look that much bigger. I have really short eyelashes to begin with, so I like kind of really over the top, very heavy, voluminous mascaras. This is great if you have big lashes already and you just kind of want to emphasize them and make them look a little bit nicer. It goes on really well. The wand looks like, you know, just kind of like a regular wand. But yeah, so it's not great if you're looking for huge thick lashes. But if you are, you know, like I said, if you're looking for just something that's like a simple, great everyday mascara, it's a good product. So the next thing that I got that I was disappointed by was the Makeup Forever Aqua Seal. It looks like this, and it only comes in this little small size. The use of this, basically what you do is you put it on your brush before applying any type of eyeshadow, and then you put on your eyeshadow and it acts as a primer, and it lasts like all day. It works well, but I feel that, you know, the paint pots by MAC, which is what I use religiously, work just as well. And I think that, you know, this didn't bring any, like, it didn't like up my game. It didn't bring anything extra to the table. So I guess like if you don't like the paint pots or if you haven't found a good eyeshadow primer, it's good. It's a good option to try. The main thing that I was disappointed by was I thought you could use this on all makeup because I was like, oh, that's awesome. You know, this is the best primer ever. You can't. It is only for eyeshadow. I tried using it with some bronzer and with I think with my blush, and it did not work. So that was the downside to it. Also, it kind of messes up your brushes. You have to immediately after using it go clean your brush, like a full shampoo of your brush, because it's almost like a glue in that it's really tacky and it will mess your brushes up. So it's really, really important to keep that in mind when you're using this, that your brushes need a good cleaning afterwards. The next thing that I got, I absolutely love, is the Tartelette lip paint. And this color is TBT Mauve. I'm wearing it right now. It's kind of like that like Kylie Jenner trend that's in right now, where you know, it's not so much like lipstick, it's more like you put it on, it has a brush. It's kind of like an in-between like a lip gloss and like a lipstick. It's more of a paint. You know, you like put it on. Goes on really strong. And it stays on for hours and hours and hours. It's really, really very long lasting. So I was really impressed by that, because I've tried a couple other brands that have similar products and they don't last as long as advertised. So I was really impressed with the length of time that this lasted. I also got it in the nude color, which is I think it's called like Namaste Nude. I forget. It's like the lightest color in the collection, because I have, you know, pale skin, like a fair skin tone. So I figured that that would be a great nude. It's way too light. It's almost like painting your lips with foundation. I hate it. I can't find it. I want to return the thing, and I can't even find it, but I would show you guys if I had it. But this one, which is like the next color up, is great. The other thing that I have to say about this collection is I did not like the choice of colors. The next color up from this kind of like, I don't know, mauve kind of color, like a darker, deeper, richer, almost brownish, purplish color shade. It's a great description. The next color up is this like bright in your face pink, which I personally don't wear colors like that often. Sometimes like if I'm shooting a video or something I will, but like to work I'm not gonna wear that. And then they had like purples that were like lilacs, and I just did not like the rest of the colors. So I was really disappointed, because I love the product, but there weren't any other colors that I wanted to purchase, because I wouldn't get any use out of any of them. So I'm hoping that they'll expand the line, but for now I definitely recommend at least this color, because this one's awesome. I also got the Tartelette lip liner that goes with that collection, and this is in boho. So this is the nude to go with that nude color that I can't find to show you. So it's really pale. I haven't decided yet. It's a good base for, you know, if you want something, like if you really do want like a natural base to layer your lipstick on top of, and it does last pretty well. I mean, it doesn't, you know, smudge. Once it sets, it doesn't really smudge. So it's a good product. I wish I had gotten the one that matched the color that I like. I might go back and get that. And I don't know what other colors they have. I imagine that they probably go hand in hand with the lip paints. But as far as like the product goes, this is really, it's a good product. It stays in place, goes really well, lasts all day. So I do like this purchase. The next thing I got was the Hourglass All Over Shadow Brush, and it's number 3. Looks like this. The bristles aren't very dense, but it still picks up a really decent amount of pigment. I didn't feel like I had to like dig or anything like that. It applies the shadow really, really nicely. The bristles are really soft. I love Hourglass's brushes. They have the best bristles. The brush itself was $30. I wouldn't recommend it, only because I've used brushes for less that have been just as good. So, you know, I wouldn't say it's a splurge, but it's a good brush. It's definitely quality. It definitely does what it's meant to do, but you know, for 30 bucks, not really worth it. This one is the Hourglass domed shadow brush, and this is number 9. This is good for in the crease, for really packing on the color in the crease. Little too thick to use for eyeliner or like underneath the eye. It would be good for concealing spots as well, like if you have like a blemish on your face, you know, to put a little bit of concealer, dab a little concealer on it would be good for that. But really, if you just really want to heavily pack the crease, it's a really good brush for that. So it really applies a lot of pigment, and again, the bristles are really nice and smooth. These are pretty dense, so you know, like I said, it really packs the color on. But this is a really good brush, and this one's $28. Still kind of a splurge, but if you are someone who really does a lot of stuff with your creases, or if you're someone who has no crease, like say you have like a monolid, where you know it's just like straight down and you can't really see your crease at all, I'd recommend getting a brush like this, because it's really, the bristles are packed so tightly that you're really gonna get a great depositing of color. So those are my 2 Hourglass brushes. The next thing that I got was the Laura Mercier Oil-Free Tinted Moisturizer. And this I love. This goes on really well. It's very smooth. It doesn't make your skin like too tacky feeling. It's very lightweight, and it stays in place all day long. So in the summer, if you know, you just, if in the summertime you don't like wearing heavy foundations, but you don't want to go powder, it's a good in-between option. It's also good for like a day at the beach if you want to add a little color to your skin. It has SPF 20 in it, so it's not like super strong, gonna stop you from tanning. But you know, if you feel like weird about not wearing any face makeup, it's a good option. And it's just super lightweight, provides really good coverage, and it's just a really nice alternative to a full foundation. So it's good also like on the weekends and stuff like that. I really liked it. The next thing I got was the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Water Foundation. And this comes with like a little dropper. So you basically like drop the liquid, the foundation, onto your brush. I read a bunch of reviews on this, and I was super excited because it's supposed to be waterproof. It's supposed to be this like amazing find, and it's supposed to last for 12 hours and all throughout the day, no matter how oily your skin is, how much you sweat. It's like sweat proof, it's, you know, oil proof. It was just supposed to be like the best foundation ever. I found it didn't even last through the whole work day, and I put on, you know, the regular amount that I would use if I was using my NARS or my other foundation. So it wasn't like I skimped on the application of it. It just didn't work. And in addition to that, it was super heavy. It felt very thick. It felt very heavy, very tacky. I had to use a lot of translucent powder over it just to get my skin not to feel like super oily and like gross. Like I'm not a big fan of liquid foundation that feels heavy, because I personally, my skin's not horrible, so I'm not looking for something that's super thick, you know, opaque coverage. If you are, this might be a better option for you, but it just did not stay in place for me. And I used it with the primer as well. I was just really disappointed. And the amount that it took, you know, how many droplets I had to use to even get a good amount of coverage was ridiculous. So I feel like this would probably, I'd fly through this, I would imagine. the last few things I'm gonna show you, I am obsessed with. This I'm going to write a blog post about shortly. This is, or maybe I already did, I don't know when I'm gonna post this video. This is the Hourglass Immaculate Liquid Powder Foundation. It's mattifying and oil-free. It looks like this. This was the most amazing foundation I've ever used in my entire life. I've been a big fan of NARS for a while now, and I was singing their praises all last year. You know, I said that it was like the best and that I loved it. This trumps that 1,000 times. Like, this is the most amazing, 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 amazing foundation ever. What it basically is it's a quote-unquote liquid to powder formula. So what that means is you apply it, it's like, you know, it's like liquid like any other liquid foundation. You apply it with your brush or, you know, your sponge or whatever, and it turns to it starts to feel like a powdery, very, like almost like you would put translucent powder over your foundation already. Like, it turns to powder. And my skin felt so smooth. I walked into work that day and I was like to two of my coworkers, I was like, feel my skin, feel my skin. It's just so nice. It's so lightweight, but it's really full coverage. I'm wearing it right now. You can see it just makes your skin just look so fresh and so just flawless. Really, really like airbrush look flawless. And it doesn't have that tacky liquid foundation feel to it. So for me, it was like the best of both worlds. The biggest problem with this is it's $55. So it's really, really expensive. We'll see how long it lasts, but it was so amazing that unless I find something that does this for less, I am hooked for life, like junkie hooked on this. So this is amazing. I'm singing its praises. I recommend everyone go out and try this. If you are like me and you don't like that tacky foundation, liquid foundation feeling, this is the answer. The next thing I got was the Marc Jacobs The Shape Blush and Contour Brush. Looks like this. It has super dense kind of bristles up here, so it picks up a lot of pigment and a lot of the product. And you know, you just use it for contouring. You can use it for blush, you know, to apply like the blush to your face. You only need to use a very little bit of product when you're using this brush because it just really picks up so much of it, which is nice because it makes your products last longer. It's great for creating like really fine lines for, you know, your contouring. It's also really good for blending. You can kind of, you know, blend it in. It's a really good brush. It's a little bit expensive. It's $38, but I definitely recommend it because, you know, I've used, you know, different brushes for contouring, and they all have, you know, their ups and downs, but this one is just, I'm loving this one right now. So I definitely recommend it. And it's good too because you can use it also for blush. So, you know, it has multi-purposes to it. And finally, the last thing I got that I am obsessed with is the Yves Saint Laurent foundation brush. And this is just the coolest thing ever. My friend got it first and showed it to me, and I was like, all right, whatever, it's not that awesome. And then I used it and I was like, oh my god, I love this. So it's really cool. If you can see, it has a Y in the middle of it. So you apply the actual foundation directly into that, and then you just go over your face as you would, you know, blending normally. It goes on a little bit thicker than, say, like a dual fiber brush, or you know, if you're gonna use other types of foundation brushes, but it's really good for like a medium coverage. I love it because it makes it super easy. You don't have to, sometimes I'll warm, you know, the foundation up on my hand first. Like I'll dab it on my hand before I apply it to the brush because, you know, warming it up always helps. But, you know, in the mornings when I'm in a huge rush, just throwing it on there is just, it's just awesome. And it just applies, it provides a very kind of airbrushed, flawless, finished look. Looks great. It's just a really, really, really cool brush. I don't recommend it unless you're like a huge makeup junkie, or unless like you just absolutely need a foundation brush and you're willing to, you know, fork over that amount of money for it. But if you get it, you will not be disappointed because it's just a really, 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 really very cool brush. And I've been applying my foundation with it every single morning and I am not disappointed. So that is it for my Sephora haul. I will have another one coming up shortly. They are doing the VIB Rouge sale. So you'll see what products I got in that. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'm back now. I took a little hiatus. If you follow my blog, there's a post about kind of what I was going through and the reason that I took the hiatus. But you know, I appreciate you guys for sticking with me and for coming back to watch this. And hopefully there will be many more videos to follow. So thanks again and have a great night. Bye.